money attracts money. So let's say that you have a $10 bill and you want to give that money away. Well, you want to be sure and hold on to something. So you don't want to give everything that you have away. You don't want to, like, if you don't have food in your fridge, you don't go and just like buy everybody food. That doesn't make sense, because then that's where that resentment starts to creep in. So when you have excess, doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time, but when your spirit calls on you to be charitable, to be giving, listen to that, especially to those who you perceive to be as beggars. Those people are serving a major, important role. They essentially are reminding us of our humanity. So it's really important to be human when you see other human beings suffering. Hello, hello, hello. Have you ever wondered how you can attract more money and keep it from just slipping through your fingers? I'm going to let you all in on this secret. Actually, there's 3 secrets that I'm going to let you in on today, and I bet you didn't know them. So I am Makosi. I work with really woo-woo, but also just spiritually curious professionals. I help them to manifest the life of their dreams using spirituality. Now, most people think that money and spirituality don't mix. Behind everything that we do, there is some spiritual component. And so in order to attract more money, we have to understand the spirit of money. Really, when I'm talking about the spirit of money, I'm talking about the energy. In spirituality, everything is an energetic exchange. That's super duper important for you to really grasp, because if you want to achieve something, but you don't put forth any energy, right? You're only the one on the receiving end all the time, then you don't get nearly as much from anything as you would if you actually put some energy in. Now, I'm talking about that on a big scale, but this also applies to money as well. So this is why in spirituality, when people, are just working for free all of the time, there's 2 different sides to it. There's working, and being charitable and giving of yourself. But if you are a person who is giving, and no one ever feeds into you, it becomes a real problem. And then you start to resent others. Now, occasionally healers can do that, but to be doing that all the time is a real issue, and it starts to deplete that person of their energy as well. Healers are not just here to put themselves and just martyr themselves for everyone else. It's not cool. So I know a lot of people will say that the intention doesn't matter, but the intention absolutely matters. And also the value of the trade matters. Not just like what we perceive to be the value, but actually how the value of that trade actually affects us on a real tangible level, but also on a spiritual level and an emotional level and a mental level. The second secret that I want to share with you is that the spirit of money is here to serve. That's why it flows from one person to another. And it's really here to help us, okay? We use it in order to do things, to survive, to, build a home, feed our children, leave land, et cetera, okay? So keep in mind, guys, I'm talking about this as it relates to now. It's not always going to be like this, okay? There's going to come a time when we don't even need money. We just use the energy, and that will be a fantastic, fantastic day. It's an investment. Yet investing is super important when we're talking about money, because money attracts money. Wait, I got ahead of myself. That's actually the third secret. But anyway, back to number 2. So understand that there are some people who come to Earth with a destiny that they will be wealthy, as long as, certain things don't happen that kind of blocks that from coming to be. There are people who come in order to be wealthy. And that is because these are people who will use that wealth in order to support and serve other people. So you'll see that it's really common. There's a ton of wealthy people who are involved in philanthropy, right? They redistribute wealth. So yes, they earn it, but they help to take care of others using the money that they have earned. Now, another really, really important thing to think about is there are some people who have gotten money in really dirty ways, okay? Stealing, and that doesn't mean like just taking somebody's money, but stealing in kind of crooked ways and abusing others. And I mean, slavery can even fall into this. The people who really use unclean ways, these people tend to, and this even, you know, it can be passed down from person to person to person and really infect their line. They can start to experience spiritual sickness that can show up as suffering, as mental illness. Like you will see a ton of them start to turn insane. This is something that can be passed down through the line, and it's something that needs to be fixed. It's something that needs to be healed. The third one, the third secret, is that money is most attractive to those who don't chase it. So this whole idea of hustle, 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 grind it out, is absolutely chasing your money away. Okay, money comes to people who don't worship it. It doesn't come to the people who are always in lack, like I don't have enough. You know, even if you are not wealthy, okay, even if you don't have a lot of money, but you have your basic needs met, you could be rich in other ways. And because you're so obsessed with money, because, oh, I can do this with it and that with it, et cetera, and you're always focused on the fact that you are lacking in it, that actually chases money away, okay? So I have a couple bonus tips for you all to attract more money. Number one is to learn how to give freely. And I'm talking about money, but this also can be of your energy. So being charitable, but with no agenda, not trying to buy your way into heaven, not thinking, oh, if I do this, then this, and this, okay? Doing it out of a place of I'm a human being and I see my fellow human beings suffering. So let me help because I have plenty. Being in that mode of gratitude. I have plenty. I have food in my fridge, you know, this, that, and the other. And so let me give freely. That is a huge way to attract more money to you. I know it seems counterintuitive, but if you understand the energetic exchange, then you will see it's very easy to see how by just giving freely you will attract more money. The second is that money attracts money. So let's say that you have a $10 bill and you want to give that money away. Well, you want to be sure and hold on to something. So you don't want to give everything that you have away. You don't want to, like if you don't have food in your fridge, you don't go and just like buy everybody food. That doesn't make sense because then that's where that resentment starts to creep in. So when you have excess, doesn't mean that you have to do it all the time, but when your spirit calls on you to be charitable, to be giving, listen to that, especially to those who you perceive to be as beggars. Those people are serving a major important role. They essentially are reminding us of our humanity. So it's really important to be human when you see other human beings suffering. All right, I hope that this was, I'm not going to say I hope, I'm trying to get out of that language. No hoping. I know that this was valuable to you. I'm going to be talking to you all more about spirituality and money. This is actually something that's been coming up a lot for me. People have been asking me more and more about how they can bring their spiritual selves into everything that they do in their careers, in their homes, how they can use it to manifest financial stability and security, and what really needs to be put in place for that to happen. And I see there's like a huge need for this because a lot of people don't understand that spirituality and money actually go together. So on a spiritual path, especially at the beginning, it can be very rocky and very trying, and it can feel like you're suffering. But if you are on a spiritual path and your life is not improving, then honey, you got a problem. And you really need to see someone about that, because that should not be happening. The spiritual path is really meant for you to be equipped with tools that help make your life better, not push you further and further into misery and everything's just a mess. At the beginning, yes, but if you've been on the spiritual journey for years and years and years, then you should be seeing some improvement. And if not, you need to see your local healer. Otherwise, what is the point? What is the point? All right, guys, if you got value from this, be sure to share it. Don't be stingy. This can be your charitable act for today, sharing this with someone who could benefit. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.